Basically, we have experts in our crew, and also we are relying on the professionalism of Ghana Football Association. And things are started smoothly, but now we are pleased with what you are watching, and what now the game is now becoming. We are very happy for that.
We know that this is the basic stage of our football development, here in our region. Now, with what you've seen so far in the competition, do you feel this competition has helped uncover a lot of, very, very good and sweet talent?
Okay, basically in our program, we do support this kind of initiative because we need to consider the cult's football development from each member association. And this is the platform to assess what has been done so far in different member associations. So, continue. But this to organize such competition. The process of developing cults football and in all the member associations.
That's brilliant. Let's talk more about the organization. We know that when we talk about football, one of the hearts of football, then again, is the supporting base, the people who come into it and make sure they throw their weight, behind the teams. Talking to the local organizing committee, in terms of mobilizing funds and people to come watch, has that also been smooth enough?
So I find that it has been done properly by the LOC. We have so many meetings with the LOC and the local organizing committee, and these meetings help handle certain issues, and it is related to human action. No perfect exists, so we need to continue improving and doing our utmost to deliver the best ever U17 CAF tournament in Ghana, as we did in Cape Coast. So we are here to do better than what we did exactly last 2 years in Cape Coast.
Yeah, in 2022 I was in Cape Coast and I watched the Nigerians beat Ghana 4-2 in that finale. And it's also important to acknowledge what the LOC is doing here in particular. You perm that to comparing that which happened in Cape Coast and that which is happening here currently. Have you seen any improvement?
Yeah, we noticed there are some improvement noticed. I will not list all the improvement, but we are satisfied for what has been done so far, and we know that the LOC is very caring, and they are very supportive, and we keep working with the LOC, and we know that until the end, we'll really appreciate and congratulate them. And in all other countries, when you used to do organization, we think that LOC here is doing what we usually see in countries.
That's amazing. Now we have the president, I should say for WAFU Zombi, and we have everybody. I talk about Ghana, and it's quite pleasing to have him. How's been the working relationship so far, especially in the organization of a tournament like this?
So we have a plan. We have WAFU is a big football governing body in West Africa. WAFU is composed of seven. WAFU is composed of 7.
Yeah. Yeah.
To us, this country, many facilities, hotels, accommodation, transport. So, and the GFA giving to WAFU to us a tournament. Yes.
I love this conversation and how it's panning out. You talk about Ghana, and I know it's early days in the organization of this competition. So you Ghana, then this one too in Ghana. What's that surprise factor about you love such tournament in Ghana?
Okay, presidents. Okay. Football, and he has a rendezvous with the teacher. So for on the development of youth, first edition in Cape Coast, and the upcoming we need to encourage such action from the president. Yeah. For the tournament, have supporting, different zones, and when come division, we have to develop technical aspects, the refereeing, the administration, and also the marketing and communication aspect of the game. And we know that all these ecosystem. To support the aspect. I can clearly, when I look at the brand of the, I am amazed. What I'm saying is fantastic. Yeah, and it's we know that the future will become brighter. Yeah.
That's important also to acknowledge the sponsors of the.
So basically, we are working with different departments. So it will be very if my that will be by side, but let's say that it was positive about activity as far as this tournament concerned, and see companies, but different. Still, we are happy to continue working with for the better delivery of this competition.
Rates in over 10. I would far. All right. Okay. Quick commercial. What's more here?
Afei na twere ensem a ese moni dua na ba mfa na haban ensa yale na abamu Dr. Tam da so ama oyalefo bia nya enida so se ne yale befire ne so wo ebra wode nani akyerem wo medimafo heba clinic oyalefo ba ho na ohye na ebra empa ho gise de wawuo ana wasie no nko na ontumi abubuafo enante anifrafo esna panie stroke diabetes pressure ne yale enkan ne nyina aye entetia case wasiesie na yale sabia ho kama doctor se fakakra bi beje wayalesa wo kumase abuakwa ago oyalefo bia kaise udimafo ye medimafo heba clinic Dr. Time Lasso.
@𝗭𝗢𝗡𝗘, where entertainment begins.
Everybody knows 𝗭𝗢𝗡𝗘. And if you know 𝗭𝗢𝗡𝗘, it means you know M-Punch Homeopathic Clinic. As an international journalist and actor, my health is my priority. M-Punch Homeopathic Clinic is my pillar in terms of my health. Let's hear what others are saying about M-Punch Homeopathic Clinic. Sister, please, let him talk to you. Who will be careful M-Punch one?
Chesena me ankasa me period no say problem is wom ntina ma wo ho idea ma me papa chesena nya asem ketewa na me kwan point no mo hwe me mogya mu no mo hwe bibia na so mo medu me fae no ene ma won kra me enu foforo kwa na me kwan mu a eba ti ani je dia ba fie pa.
You heard everything yourself.
Me ma me no adwodwo eda ho a wontumi nante ene ne ko end point o mama nura ene ne ho eden a watimi asori anante.
That's M-Punch for you.
Of 𝗭𝗢𝗡𝗘.
Hello.
Hey, ohwehwe what chair.
Okay.
A free bra would the M-Punch what dance. I'm a choir no. Me Jones was some name quay and person my rain and a Magina Sabema. Now, me be here for the hard in Jarissa.
You heard everything. I have secret. M-Punch is my secret. M-Punch Homeopathic Clinic. I'm free.
Prophecy time.
Abraham and Sarah, Mubenya twins. Go and buy jackets. You are going to Canada. The best outboard, Mama. Master, what the card do? Mungu today. But I'm wow. What you need? Because of my mepa. Business is bread, school fees, chop money. Funeral bills, suppliers, in-laws, side chicks. Or yes, I book count. Oh, how many spiritual? For bills. Bills micro credit. You see why?
Bills micro credit.
From Umbabwa. Ati. Kwanako from. Next.
Everyone is running to Bills. Enjoy the peace of mind that comes with acquiring any of our loan facilities. For whoever you are and whatever you're doing, Bills has a product for you. No susu, no deposits. All you need is your Ghana card. Bills, financing your needs.
Now cry me the cat. Hello, Bills.
Hello, lovely people. Yes, it's another season and exciting moment seeing you right here. And you know, when it comes to Max Buy is the synonym for freebies. The name is Daniel the MC, and I'm here for something unique. And probably no one more buy a shop in na enya achede bebre e wo de omoto de omode ko ne de eba afei na edru omo title de online www.maxbuy.com.gh. Omo free and phone so and now omo use WhatsApp no me say afei de any say so we fraying or WhatsApping and now we go online at www.maxbuy.com.gh. Now Tadia, you be deliver my free. Also car coin ho me say helicopter coin ho kradia. As asase wo ho de Max Buy ebeba ho abe deliver ma. Opotemo nationwide, lungu, corners, ghettos, baby e wo Ghana ha nyina no. O order ye de bebro. And today then say ye de bere won so a e free. Into say wo order Techno Spark 20, Techno Camon 20, Infinix Note 30, Hot 40 Pro, itel A70, itel P55. When we na mabu boy dear, o order no delivery fee. Are you free? Into person will order and run the server call www.maxbuy.com.gh. And as a web free and now be WhatsApp and one number is 0544 019552 and that's a 0594 091122. Max Buy online and your free delivery. Naso Kai say in Shisha
What did you so na ne ho fee? A man in any breno. Or so na obeje ni anadwi ni o.
I was a meeting me bana ya Sabiaka. I was a me way.
Oyo ho wa no hia pa anti hwe no see so what?
Ohu chapa ba yo so no. Samuchi brahanu. Sorry for you.
What you dance no? Munkunu.
Mr. For me ban free hanum ko ma me wai. E bi o metimi aba hanum na me pese o mo de ne be sha se we mu bi.
Yebehwe say Sabayo no ade nche ne so da.
Na wo hemfa ma twen wo saa. Meju hanom dada.
Meju na me ku.
Esamo be muame.
Mami no mo boni su no. Mene ni sepa.
Max TV asa kan ho bio. Mam carry. Na ko share info. Yo ko na me ko si wo fie.
Erica say wo de wo ho tete. Sisi ani fie na wo no. Ye dia wo betumi bia. Na fa ho bibia fa no ho. Na wa be so no. E wo se wo mo mu gidi se wo yo no. Na wo yi ho ho bi.
Afei de, we di wo bo hwe no so. Na denti na wo hwe wo kawa no.
Obi a pese o tin samba hu mienu bi fi wa no. Me bo a.
Wait, boss one kasa. Cheers. Mini matinka wasa minya fa we hu. We ye hwan carry. Adenti na yesesa. Me wata na.
Na so miensa de eye wonwonwonyo.
Agatha, me de vie dro nu nsia. Enya de wo be hu afri se. Wo ko shema chankasa. Wo ye na fa so bie ni wo so. Efia wo se ni na bi bie ni ho betimi esi anan. Bie ni ho betimi esi anan. Jami mu na me ko.
Agatha hu ni nuanu mienu na haka na. Bigidi so better me pa.
Carry fache me. Sanka die we yesia. Nka se be na so wo busuafo nche.
Oh, wait, fetch me. Now you're wire. I didn't say you yourself on in the mood.
I am somewhere not so back on the corner train.
I said, no, canoe.
Can you hear the train?
You know, I was when you were one.
No crying, say me won't answer.
No go show me no mana canoe. Some chef on in the Wabaku was capa. Won't it be? I am mata, intimate self at the same young music and no more won't be.
Now you're where?
Hi, sisters. Mende Agatha, me Munia. Bibi ade di so mo pema sem, miss me time mo.
The Blood Sisters.
Max TV.
More.
All right, welcome back to this amazing tournament here at the University of Ghana. It's prudent to know that in about 30 minutes this game will commence. Thanks to Bailey Sedge, who's the competitions director for the WAFU Zone B and 17 AFCON qualifiers. But in the studios now with me, I have my brother Francis Blackgate. Francis, how are you?
I'm doing well.
It's been a long time since we met.
Yeah, during the World Cup, it's always a pleasure to be around you to analyze games and talk about football. That's what we love to do best.
That's solid. Now let's talk about this competition. It gives the youths opportunity to exhibit their talent to the world. And the world is watching. I've seen a number of scouts around. How would you rate? I know we've done about just 5 match days into this. How would you rate it so far?
Well, you know, with the under-17 tournament, basically it's always about building the next generation of footballers and giving them that template or the platform to exhibit whatever they have. That's the reason why you see loads of scouts always glued on their seats, lurking around to spot the brightest of talent dotted around the West African sub-region. Because when you talk about African football as a whole, West Africa as a region has really contributed in putting Africa or CAF on the footballing map. So I'm not surprised that loads of scouts are here in Ghana, especially at the University of Ghana Sports Stadium, to witness the matches and to scout some brilliant talents here. If you talk about the tournament itself, so far, like you rightly said, we've done about 5 matches going into the tournament so far, and we've seen some beautiful games in the tournament. Like, let me say, Ghana played their first game against Côte d'Ivoire and beat them by 5-1. Côte d'Ivoire played against Benin yesterday and beat them by 1-0. And you could tell, even though the game ended 1-0, you could tell the kind of game that both teams gave each other. They really had a crack at each other, and they brought the best out of each other. Côte d'Ivoire were more purposeful in front of goal, and they managed to get the odd positive goal to win the game by 1-0. And if you look at the first matches in this particular group, we've seen Nigeria and Burkina Faso played a 0-0 stormy, but it was a blockbuster game. Portions of the game went into the heavy downpour. But trust me, both teams brought some classic football on display. And then you look at the Nigerians against the Togolese in the rain-off game that was played the following day. It was an absolute blockbuster that ended in a 3-2. Yeah, it's on a Friday. It's ended in a 3-2 win for the Nigerians. But if you look at the Togolese team as well, you could tell that they play some.
I must say that was the. We've had 4 games so far, so this is match day 5.
This is match day 5.
Absolutely.
So if you look at what transpired in their opening game, the Togolese against the Nigerians, they really play something, and that's the game that yielded the highest number of goals in the competition so far. 5 goals, 3-2, end-to-end stuff. Just that the Togolese were not lethal and clinical enough in front of goal.
It was a 6-goal count, isn't it?
Yeah, it was a 6-goal count, but in terms of both teams having a crack at it, 3-2, it's a blockbuster. And it was very lively over the course of 90 minutes.
Absolutely.
Just that the Nigerians were clinical enough in front of goal more than the Togolese.
Yeah.
But with the way the Togolese set out to play in that game this afternoon against another great Burkina team that love to play expansive football, build from the base right into midfield, get the ball to the wingers, swing in the crosses. Trust me, we are in here to witness another cracking game here at the University of Ghana Sports Stadium this afternoon.
I love how you ended it. It gives us opportunity to delve into this game proper. I know one of the questions I wanted to find out before we go into this game is the bit of the fan support. It's already open for every football lover to come in. I mean, from your perspective, from what you've seen so far, you feel the fandom have not been that minimal. It has just been, okay for this tournament.
Well, the euphoria around the tournament itself is not that huge like the All African games that we witnessed some months ago. But trust me, when we get to the knockout stages of the competition, which will be the semi-finals and the final, I expect Ghanaians to troop into the stadium. In the opening game, the crowd wasn't bad during Ghana versus Cote d'Ivoire on match day 1. They turn out, but Ghanaians, we close from the office at 5, and the kickoff time is at 4. Yeah. So it's in one way or the other have its negative effect on the attendance. And the Legon Stadium enclave is a working class enclave. Yeah. So people are in school, people are in their offices, but when they close after 5, you see them coming into the stadium. And today we live to see how the turnout will be for this particular game because. Currently we are having the end of season for the major European competitions.
Absolutely.
In England, in France, and in Spain. But after that, I'm telling you, Ghanaians are football crazy. They love their football. They'll troop into the stadium to give these young lads some sort of supporting that they need in the arena this afternoon.
Today we're of course having Togo versus Burkina Faso, our first featured game. You look at the Togolese and their team itself. Can you tell us a bit about them, especially in their organization? And I know, of course, we've rarely mentioned that this is for the youth and it's for football building and what have you, development. But you look at the Togolese and their base. Is it that strong enough to meet the Burkina base?
Well, if you look at the Togolese team of late, football is now scientific. Everybody can play football. In terms of tactical wise, in the past, we have teams like Burkina Faso, Togo, and Guinea that we say they soak pressure, they sit deep and counter-attack. But now, if you look at all the teams, with the team sheet that we have, the Togolese have set out in a 4-2-3-1 formation. Yeah. That tells you that they want to play expansive football. They want to build from the base.
Absolutely.
Get the ball to the 2 holding midfielders, then to the wingers. Then they can get in crosses, and then they will have enough bodies in the penalty box to play. So if you have a team that set out in a 4-2-3-1 formation, that tells you clearly they are not going to soak the pressure. They want to play, open their game, build, and play attractive football.
But has that been a disadvantage so far? In their first game, they would have to concede from such expansiveness, you ask me. But, I mean, is it enough to meet this Burkina Faso team? Burkina Faso, in its first game, met the defending champions, and it was 0-0.
Yeah. In that game that the Burkina base played against the Nigerians, in the WAFU qualifier, the Nigerians beat them here in Ghana, in Cape Coast, and then both of them qualified to the AFCON proper. Yeah. And in the AFCON proper, Burkina Faso replying in same form when they met in the quarterfinal. They kicked Nigeria out, denying them a place in the FIFA World Cup proper. Yeah. So it's like the two teams going into that game really have their own personal rivalry to settle. And they couldn't cancel each other out over 90 minutes. Ended up in a stalemate. But if you look at this afternoon's game, yes, the Togolese, like you said, they play expansive football. And sometimes when you play expansive football and you are not disciplined enough to be able to hold your own at the back, to be able to show up your back, you open up and then you can concede goals. In that game against the Nigerians, they conceded 3 goals. So you can tell that as much as they love to open up to play good football, they have to be disciplined in terms of keeping their team shape, in terms of putting the brakes and nullifying the strength of the opposition. And I know they've learned 1 or 2 clues from what they've seen, and they've basically watched this particular Burkina Faso team played in their opening game against the Nigerians. And the way they managed to hold the Nigerians, never giving them any clear-cut chances, limiting them to have chances in terms of their movement around the penalty box. That tells you that they are a well-disciplined and a formidable team. And then it's not going to be easy this afternoon. It will be another tough game for both teams to be able to contend with this afternoon.
Enough from the Togolese. How is the Burkina Faso shaping up in this game in terms of formation, and what are we to expect?
Well, if you look at the Burkina Faso, they set out in a 4-3-3 formation.
Oh, wow.
That is a typical Barcelona, Arsenal, or Manchester City kind of formation.
Yeah, absolutely.
4-3-3 only tells you one thing. We are coming to attack. We are coming to play beautiful football. You know, one thing about this Burkina Faso team is they have some exciting players in their rank. You look at the chap supported in number 7 jersey, Youssouf Bara.
Absolutely.
And you look at the captain, Chef Badra Baru. In the first game, they were the guys that carried enough threat for them in terms of whatever they on transition. They have the ball. And then if you look at this young chap supported number 6 jersey, Mohamed Fofana. Yeah. He's a hell of a midfielder. Sometimes he drops deep and then tries to help the center back. He's the linchpin, and with him, he's like the fulcrum or the anchor. Okay. He's like that pivot. He sits deep and then orchestrates things from them from central midfield. And for the Togolese to be able to have something out of the game, they need to have a clue and put someone on him.
You surmise this is the reason they are doubling in numbers, the Togolese in the midfield. So I can see there's a double pivot and 3 of the players lining in front of the double pivot for the Togolese. So it forms a bit of a 5-member, body in the midfield. So looking to overshadow the Burkina Faso.
Yeah. So you look at them clearly. They've realized that in the opening game, maybe probably they've let their guards down and they were punished. So what they set out to do is the 2 sitting pivots. Basically, they want to give that kind of defensive solidity to the back line, thereby not allowing them to be able to have the midfield battle. Because clearly the coach have seen that in the opening game that the Burkina Faso played, they have a midfielder that sits deep and help to orchestrate. Then if you look at Youssouf Dabo, the chap spotted number 4 jersey, he sits in their midfield, and what he does is he doesn't go forward. His role is to distract and construct. And when you have a player of such a caliber, it reminds you of Patrick Vieira.
Absolutely.
Mostly, they don't care about what's happening in attacking third. They just have to soak the pressure for the home team toward the threat from the attacking team.
Maybe I can't Thomas Partey, you can say.
Yeah, Partey sometimes
because of injuries and absolutely.
But this season he's really defining his role.
Absolutely.
So let's look at a typical Sergio Busquets playing with a Xavi and then an Iniesta. Okay. So you distract the opponent's attack and then you just give the ball to the attacking players and you sit, orchestrate, try to put people in order. Here you go here, tackle, mark here, go there. So if you look at what they are doing, basically, it's gonna be a midfield battle, and the one that will have the bigger chunk of possession in central midfield and be decisive in terms of playing premium passes into attacking channels for the strikers, that person will have the opportunity of carrying the day. Because in Ashraf for the Burkina Faso, they have a potential striker who can be able to bang in the goals for them. Because in the first match, he has really carried enough threat in the attacking team, but the Nigerian goalkeeper was there to thwart those threats.
I want you to pause here. We'll go for another break. When we return, there's a lot more to look into how these teams define their roles up front. We'll talk then about the Zone 14 and what each team should do there when they get the ball in that particular area. I'm still here with my brother Francis Blackhead. I am Bernard Abekoatri. Let's go for this quick break. On return, there's more discussion. This is the WAFU Zone B Under 17 AFCON qualifier.
Everybody knows 𝗭𝗢𝗡𝗘. And if you know 𝗭𝗢𝗡𝗘, it means you know 𝗭𝗢𝟑 Homeopathic Clinic. As an international journalist and actor, my health is my priority. 𝗭𝗢𝟑 Homeopathic Clinic is my pillar in terms of my health. Let's hear what others are saying about 𝗭𝗢𝟑 homeopathic clinic. Sister, please, you. Let him talk to you. Who will be careful airport one?
Pa. Kyese na me ankasa me period no say problem suwum. Ntina ma wo ho idea ma me papa kyese na nya asem ketewa. Na me coin point no mo hwe me mogya mu no mo hwe bibia na so mo maduro a me fae no ene ma won kra mienu foforo kwa na mkwan mu a eba. Ti ani je dia ba fie pa.
You heard everything yourself.
Me ma me no adwodwo eda ho a wontumi nante. And then call end point. Omama nura and then the white dear what me sorry ananti.
That's end point for you.
Of Akrabato.
Hello.
Hey, Oshisho what chair?
Okay.
A free bra with the end point what dance. I'm a choir no. Me just say my name Koye and plus one of my rain and then Magina Sabema. Now me be here for the hard in Jarisa.
You heard everything. I have secret. End point is my secret. End point homeopathic clinic. I'm free.
I said I need somebody. I said I need somebody up in the hotel lobby. Come on.
Prophecy time.
Abraham and Sarah, Mubenya twins. Go and buy jackets. We are going to Canada. The best